Please. Dr. Keenan.
Sorry.
I think we have to talk about what's going on.
Is prettier than ever. Have a seat.
No fair using flattery to distract me.
What? I can't point out the truth. You're very beautiful.
And also worried. Why did you arrange that boxing match with my boyfriend?
So now he's your boyfriend?
I told you Trey and I were seeing each other.
I just want to get to know him a little better.
I punched him in the face?
Well, he took a swing at me, and it's not my fault that he didn't connect. You know what I mean? No, he's fine, okay? He enjoyed himself. I enjoyed myself.
I think you enjoyed it a little bit more than he did.
Well, I didn't ask you here to talk about Trey.
Oh, that's a relief to know you respect my boundaries.
I respect you so much that I need to ask your advice.
Dr. Keenan, Dante and I were just visiting with Olivia. Steve's with her now.
She seems fine.
Well, she's fussing about, making jokes, asking when she can get out of the hospital.
Are you asking me when she'll be released? Or?
No. Look, you said she would have side effects from the LSD. She's having these episodes.
Last night, she wanted to check her appearance, and she looked in the mirror, and she saw Heather Weber's reflection instead of her own.
Yeah, and then Lulu and I come to visit, and she sees Lulu is pregnant. And not a baby bump, like 9 months along.
I'm sure...
There is the potential for what some people refer to as acid flashbacks. And I think this is what Olivia experienced. Excuse me.
Wait, is there any way to prevent these from happening?
Not really, but they do become less frequent over time.
The Weber should be in a padded cell for the rest of her life for what she did to my mother.
Olivia's gonna be fine, Dante.
I don't think you've ever asked my advice about anything.
Well, then it's overdue. You're exactly the person I trust to help me out.
This is about Michael and Star. You know, I'm not crazy about her either, but Michael seems to really like her, and when he gets like that, you just can't argue with him.
If Michael's following his heart, I can't fault him with that.
No, this is a new side to you. You're usually much more controlling.
Well, if there was trouble for Michael, I'd speak up, just like you and Trey. I just don't think...
Gee, and this was going so well.
But then again, you're the one who has to make your own choices, right? If you like someone, of someone, then you hope it's the beginning of something and not the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's an engagement ring.
I'm gonna ask Kate to marry me.
I'm so happy for you and her. The last time you tried to get married, she got shot.
She almost died.
Do you think she's strong enough to deal with the memories on top of the DID?
Well, we are working through it, and I know that she knows that I'm gonna give 100% to make sure that she's safe.
So you've been talking about this.
The ring? No, that's a surprise.
It's obvious how much you two love each other. And I wouldn't never want you to be disappointed, but are you so sure that Kate's gonna say yes?
Is there anything at all that we can do for her?
Just keep doing what you're doing. Visit her, be supportive, and just give it some time, okay?
I'm telling you, if my mother doesn't come back from this, someone will be held responsible. That's all
Why
this
don't
is.
you get some gelato for your mom? Or hazelnut? Isn't that her favorite?
Yeah. All right. If Lulu's looking for me, just tell her I'll be back in a bit.
Dante and I want to...
You were very good with Dante just now. You know, he's worried about his mother. You're worried about your cousin, but you know, you were able to steady him and help him through this.
Thank you. But it's just been a long time since I felt like I could be strong enough to support anyone.
Well, you know, you're an intelligent woman with a complicated illness that is virtually integrated now.
But not wholly, right? Until I can reclaim the memory of shooting on Anthony's tires and killing Star Manning's family.
Yes, there is that, and we need that memory to be whole.
And until that happens, am I still a danger to Sonny?
If I ever get engaged, this is exactly what I want. It's probably a little bigger, though, but it's close.
Well, then you don't want to marry Trey, because I don't think you guy can afford a ring like that.
I thought we weren't talking about Trey.
Well, you know what I'm saying. It's just like it's a serious commitment, right? Marriage, and you know, if a guy can't afford a ring, that pretty much means he can't afford to give you the life that you deserve.
First of all, we just started dating, so there's no talking about rings. Yet.
Good.
Second, Trey's a brilliant guy. He went to Yale, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's got something in the works.
Sonny.
I just get worried sometimes because she's so hostile towards Sonny, and if she exists on any level, she could hurt him again.
Well, possibly. You're repressing a single memory out of guilt and remorse, most likely. And yes, you know, we do need to work to access it. But as far as I'm concerned, she's no longer a threat.
So I'm okay then. I'm safe.
Yes, you've made wonderful progress.
I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm going to give in to Connie again or do any of the horrible things I did when she was in control. So I feel good. I feel free and like I can trust myself again.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Sometimes we're compelled to do things for reasons beyond our control.
I abandoned my son, and everyone says I was traumatized and I couldn't make a rational choice, but the truth is that I left him there and I walked out, and I have to accept that.
You know, you're braver than I am.
You helped me understand that I have to face the truth of what I've done in order to heal.
I have to go, but let's talk more about this at our next session, okay?
Okay.
I'm so happy for you.
You know, I'm hoping to marry the woman I love. And my daughter approves of the engagement ring. And we've had this whole conversation. We haven't even fought once. So I'm starting to think just a little bit that maybe you like me a little bit.
We've had a lot of problems before, and I've said some pretty awful things to you. But I love you, Dad. And I'm really happy for you.
You know, it's taken a long time to get to this place with Kate. A lot longer than it would, you know, that I would have realized when we were kids in the old neighborhood. But sometimes you go through hard times and it just makes you appreciate what you got. Nothing's coming between me and Kate again. Ever.
I wish I could say the same for Jason and Sam.
Those.
I know what happened between you and my sister. Why don't you just back off and let Jason and Sam work things out?
I have no intention of coming between your sister and her husband. Whatever happens, it's up to them.
So what do we do now?
The DA in Atlantic City is dragging his heels.
Scully's been indicted, but there's no trial date
He
set.
killed your sister.
I don't need reminding.
Okay, the point is, if we do it your way and Joe Jr. walks, nobody gets what they want. Your sister will never rest in peace, and Kate will never get the justice she deserves. Understand?
Are you stating your intention to go after him?
He threatened my kids.
When was this?
I paid him a visit. He started rattling off my kids' names, and then he says to me, "How would you feel if something happened to your kids?"
I can see how that would concern you.
I'm glad. Now listen to me, okay? You got to understand something. We've done it your way, and you didn't get the results. So now we're gonna do it my way. I am not gonna let this dirt bag come near my family.
If Scully gets off, you can have him.
Hey, Trey.
Hey,
Hey. I missed you.
I miss you.
They kicked us out of Olivia's room, but we can stick around if you want before she wakes up.
I got a better idea. There's something that I want to show you.
All right, what?
What?
What is it?
It's kind of a surprise, you know.